blessed is Athiya, match made in heaven. Through his eyes and seeing him calm, composed, very respectful, I don't think I could have asked for a better son. आपको एक दूसरे के साथ काम करना मजा है। सनी का पावर एक्शन में अलग था, चीची भैया का डांस और कॉमेडी में अलग था, अक्षय का एक्शन अलग था, मेरा स्टाइल अलग था। चार लोग मिल जाए तो चार खंबे हो जाते यार। These so-called bloody agencies that are running these kids need to realize old will always be gold. Whether it's a director, whether it's a writer, whether it's everything. Brands will come and go yaar. Dancing to other people's song, अरे I'm a star, मेरे गाने पे लोग नाचते थे, आज मैं भी वही लगा के घर पे ही लेके वीडियो वैल्यू क्या है मेरी?
Suniel Shetty, you don't need any introduction, so I'm going to start straight away. So, I think this poster defines you. टूटेगा नहीं तोड़ेगा, आप तोड़ते ही आए हैं. मतलब right from the beginning, not just me. I think everybody has been a fan of yours.
So sweet, thank you.
You know, first and foremost, I want to know. I was there at the screening, the whistles, the support and everything, and this has been going on even from the day of your earlier films. What is it that makes people connect with you?
I think somewhere down the line, I think I've been very honest to myself and everybody. You know, whether it's success, whether it's failure, I've always mentioned the fact as to why things went wrong when it did for me. It was my wrong choice. I've always had a lot of love and affection throughout the country. When you go, there's a lot of love, affection and respect, which I see. But then it doesn't convert into ticket sales. Which means somewhere down the line I've messed up, chosen wrong films, chosen wrong characters, probably not focused in between on things and hence took a break. Now when you're back after a break, the tendency is to forget, but the audience has kept me alive, the media has kept me alive. Now when they see you in an action avatar, they believe that you're older, probably you're slower, but even though I'm slower and physically I feel slower, I've not let that come on screen because probably I've matured as an actor. I've sat back, watched everybody, the reason for their success, platforms growing, why is OTT overtaken cinema. I think I have a far better understanding of things, and that's why and when they see you after a long time, and a hardcore action film being produced for Suniel Shetty, that is not what many people would have thought. I could have made it for myself, but I come from a school where I believe, no, you shouldn't be doing that to yourself, it's injustice. And when Saregama agreed to do it and said, no, we'll put our might behind Suniel Shetty, the question I asked them was, how come? And
did you?
Said, yeah, I did. And I thanked them for it. And they said, why are you thanking us, Anna? We believe in you. For us, you are the original action hero and you will always be. And that's what the whole office feels, that you've matured, you've grown now. Suddenly there's a certain character of yours that is coming out and we want to be a part of this journey of yours, the second phase. So that excitement, that confidence got me going. And then came on Amazon Mini and Mini TV and, they believe that they've got a great product and because they can take it to the masses, they want to exploit that. So I think it's just good energy and somewhere good karma coming together and helping me on my journey.
But इतना अच्छा action किया आपने, वो किया तो आपने पहले भी है.
Yeah.
Were you surprised with the response you got at the PVR screening?
I was also surprised with the action that I did. But I also realized that the team matters a hell of a lot. So, great directors, the director duo of Alok and Prince, cameraman Jackie, the writer, the dialogue writer, just helped it with that swag. So, if I did action, I got in, it was always otherwise wider. Today, you'll see handheld cameras, equipment coming in, moving into you.
Yeah.
So they catch your expression, they've caught the emotion. And I've always been saying, let's catch the emotion. Let's not make it a wide shot and stay hai, ye hai, wo, ghus jate hai. And that's how it worked. The lighting, the situation, the background music, it just all worked. Like I said, when good things come together, it just comes together. And you know when good things are happening, you know. So I was thankful every day, after every day shoot ki I'm okay. And you know, it's good to move on, and can we take it a step higher?
Okay.
So what you also saw was a lot of good action, but the action for me is the emotion that is backed. The action is backed by tremendous emotion of the daughter, what is happening in the city. We've got a major underwater sequence. You know, I fell unwell after that because of something I must have swallowed from the water. But that 3 days were a lifetime experience for me. You know, कि what happens when you're underwater? चलो टैंक लेके अंदर जाना ठीक है, लेकिन 20 फुट नीचे, 25 फुट नीचे, बिना ऑक्सीजन के एक्शन साउंड सुनाई देता नहीं है. आपको करना है उतने में, आपको अपना काम करना है, एक्टिंग भी करना है, गोली भी मारनी है. और when you are breathless, you have to and ask for oxygen. That was tough. Those 3 days were tough. So according to me, the tough part of the action was the underwater, which is also the highlight of the show.
You're talking about emotion, so I want to touch upon, where I was very impressed. I thought, when you were walking, especially towards the concluding part of the screening, with a limp, and the pain showing that you're wounded, that you're holding the upper part of your thigh, the waist, that was something which, we don't see maybe in today's actors or quite a few actors.
Like I said, I've seen such good stuff happening, and if you don't pick up from there, being vulnerable. See, when you're vulnerable and you're going into battle, but you're still going into battle, you're not running away. If I was running and I was running away, I would look like a fool, But because I'm running into a problem and I'm saying, yes, I'm willing to take you on head on, the hallucination of my daughter, losing the daughter, and the daughter saying, Papa, wake up, you have to move on. I think all those thoughts and processes were, I was processing all that in my mind when I was doing it. And I said, I need to stay true to my character. I will not change clothes. I'll be sweaty, I'll be dirty, I'll be messed up, hair will be messed up. And I kept that, and I'm glad I did it because the continuity worked, and everybody's talking about that we feel for this character.
You didn't use a body double anyway?
Not at all. Not at all.
Was it offered?
Body double is always there. I've always believed I need a body double around me, not for any other reason, but to make sure that his bread and butter and his family, what he excels in, works. And that's the only reason I've had a body double from day one to now, is because you need to, they are everything. They stand in for you. They teach you a few things. When it's action, you have to execute. But my body double was there to teach me and enhance my work. And the rest of the stuff I used to do it myself. Because today is the time when you can pause, you can zoom in, and you can catch a Suniel Shetty anytime. And that is something that I didn't want to do.
So the people connect with you, but the industry also connects with you. I mean, if you're sitting at anybody's office, be it any producer, any director, he won't say Sunil, he'll say Anna, aane wala hai, unko milna hai, etc., etc. And there's so much of goodwill that comes from that part also.
Yeah, true.
Now, Ajay has tweeted, Rohit Shetty has tweeted, Akshay Kumar has tweeted about Hunter. So, this goodwill, ye kahan se aata hai?
I think we were always...
And friends in the industry. I've never heard that you have had a problem with so-and-so.
No, never. I probably would have also. I must have said sorry also. And forgotten it. Because उतनी है ना यार इंडस्ट्री, और हम हमेशा दोस्त रहे. Whether it's Baba, whether it's Abhishek tweeted, he tweeted the trailer, he tweeted the teaser, everything. They're very good for you. Even you do. I mean, whether it's for Bhola or for any, I wanted to be a blockbuster. Number one, I wanted to be a blockbuster because for the industry. कि हाँ ज़रूरत है, ऑडियंस की ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि थिएटर्स के बारे में भी सोचना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Number two, I wanted because of Ajay himself, an actor who's in his own world. So I think this is a relationship that the yesteryear heroes always shared with each other. We did, how many double hero films would I have done here? Maximum 60-70%. So we depended on each other. That's the beauty of team. That's the beauty of being in a sport or anything where there's a team. You learn to lose and you learn to win. When you lose, you have somebody to share that pain. When you win, you have somebody to share that joy. This generation doesn't know that. They live in a virtual world. Likes are going on there. अगर विकी आके बोले you're genuinely good, हाँ नहीं वो धुलिया में कोई बैठा हुआ है वो गाली देंगे तो they'll get affected, but not by the person who wishes good for cinema, who's a part of Bollywood, who's a part of his house, runs on that. So which is your profession? You're as important to the trade as an actor is. They won't believe that. So that's why getting out from the virtual world and getting into the real world is very, very important for us. To be real with our emotions. You know, I don't like this, I don't like it. मैं Chinese और Japanese और sushi खाना रोज नहीं खाता घर पे. मेरी इडली डोसा और उसल नहीं मिला संडे को तो मैं बेहोश हो जाऊंगा. बाकी दिन पे मैं मैनेज कर लेता हूँ, ठीक है, एग्स और सैलड खा लूँगा. सैलड भी वही है, पालक और वही पत्ते हैं, बाकी कुछ बाहर से नहीं आता. Let us be what we are. The more as actors, whenever we show ourselves, if we show ourselves as real, they'll connect with us. As the others, there'll be a disconnect. And every time I've done that, I've always felt people feel connected to you. You know, they're not interested in your cars. They're not interested in how many holidays that you do. You know, but they are interested in whether you're spiritual. How do you? What are parents about? What do children mean? What does a wife mean? They're interested about all that because that part of life they want in their life. That joy, that love, that affection. They might not have the money to travel abroad. They don't want to see that side of it. You tell them how to probably make that money and show them a path they'd be interested in. So it's very important to understand what does an end user want. And this 8 years of that journey of mine, 4 years with my father, without seeing anything or anybody else, just my 4 years with him were the most enriching and probably the best period of my life, you know.
So that's one of the reasons you took the break also, to look after him.
Yes, not to look after him, but to be with him, because he's looked after me. And till the day he died, he looked after me. It was that shadow, you know, it was that tree on top that said, I'm there, don't worry. Even then I told him, I used to ask him, Daddy, we are doing this, what do you say? And he used to smile, because he felt he was the boss. I was selfish also, but I was also loving as a son, and that's why I didn't want him to go. But I was selfish because he was in pain. He was frustrated, but I didn't want him to go. So, you know, I think these things teach you a hell of a lot. Like, success teaches you, failure teaches you, everything teaches you, every behavior of yours teaches you something in life. And then, when you become a father, you want to make do with everything, because you want that karma and that blessings for your children. So I think, you know, life itself is so beautiful, and I've sat back and understood all that and content.
Yeah, but it's so beautiful. You consider that nod of consent or whatever he's saying as a blessing.
Yeah, absolute. I mean, he's meant the world to me. He's always been my hero. I've always spoken about it. You know, mothers do a hell of a lot. You cannot take away the role of a mother. And at times you take it for granted, but you never appreciate the father, because the father and son always have an issue when it comes to what you want to do, running business, all that. But that's all temporary. When you become a father, there's everything comes back to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
So you said you did a lot of films, you know, where there were 2 heroes, 3 heroes. And today we don't see that.
Yeah. That's why we're in trouble. That's why we're in trouble, because the audience wants more. You know, the universe, the world is combining universes to make films work. You know, talking about franchises, talking about characters coming together. That's what we need to do, which means we need to get comfortable, which means the so-called bloody agencies that are running these kids need to realize old will always be gold. Whether it's a director, whether it's a writer, whether it's everything. Brands will come and go, yaar. आप एडवर्टाइजिंग करोगे, पैसे आप कमाओगे, लेकिन इंडस्ट्री को कमा के देना बहुत ज़रूरी है इन बच्चों को. खुद की कमाई के बारे में सोच रहे हैं। आज अगर इंडस्ट्री के बारे में हम सोचे कि नहीं यार हमारे वर्कर्स भी है, 17 एसोसिएशंस है, एक फेडरेशन है, हमको मिलके इनके लिए भी करना है, तो कुछ होगा।
Do they have personal insecurities
No,
as well?
they don't. They're taught that way. They're taught that way. You know, because people around you are telling you, no, you should put this on social media, you should walk like that, ये नहीं बोलना चाहिए, वो नहीं बोलना चाहिए। You know, controversial चीज़ों पे बात मत कीजिए, लेकिन otherwise बात कीजिए ना, आपको बात करनी ज़रूरी है। आपको एक दूसरे के साथ काम करना मज़ा है। किसी के कॉमेडी का सनी का पावर एक्शन में अलग था, चीची भैया का डांस और कॉमेडी में अलग था, अक्षय का एक्शन अलग था, मेरा स्टाइल अलग था। 4 लोग मिल जाए तो 4 खंबे हो जाते यार, पिलर खड़ा हो जाता था, बिल्डिंग खड़ी हो जाती थी, क्योंकि हर आधे घंटे में ऑडियंस को कुछ ना कुछ मिलता था। अरे दुश्मनी होगी उनके, अभी ये दोस्त हो गए, दे गो विद द स्टोरी ना। अभी तो मैं ही कर रहा हूँ, एक्टिंग भी कर रहा हूँ, एक्शन भी कर रहा हूँ, कॉमेडी भी करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
And there is hardly a supporting cast also. I mean, you don't know who's the father, who's the mother. They are not there in the film.
Because, and other than that, I'm saying give new talent work. But the principal characters now also go in for established people, because audience has started forgetting now. इतने एक्टर्स हैं कि हम भूलने भी लग गए कैरेक्टर्स को। अरे और खास करके वेब में चौथे एपिसोड के बाद आ गया, ये कौन है? You know, तो ये छोटी छोटी चीज़ है, क्योंकि हमारी ऑडियंस बहुत सिंपल है ना।
Connected to this, I would like to ask you, you know, why has stardom phenomena almost gone away in today's generation?
That's because I'm on your phone. I'm on your phone every single day. You know, saying what the world is doing, doing what everybody else is doing, dancing to other people's song. अरे I'm a star. मेरे गाने पे लोग नाचते थे, आज मैं भी वही लगा के घर पे ही लेके वीडियो भेजो। वैल्यू क्या है मेरी एक इन्फ्लुएंसर की वैल्यू है, मेरी एक स्टार की वैल्यू है, मेरे 10 रुपये का प्राइस है, मेरा 2 रुपये का प्राइस है। वही तो सुनील शेट्टी ने ख़राब किया ना। मैंने 10 रुपये की भी फिल्म की और 2 रुपये में कोई इमोशनली भी आ गया, वो भी कर गया। तो मेरा मार्केट प्राइस क्या है? मेरे को लग रहा था मैं बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहा हूँ, मेरे प्रोड्यूसर्स और बेचने वाले बोलते थे ये कितने में बिकता है। आज एक प्रोडक्ट, आज एक टूथ पाउडर पेस्ट आपको एक प्राइस में मिलेगा, वही टूथपेस्ट आपको 20% के प्राइस में मिलेगा, तो आप उसको डुप्लीकेट समझोगे, इसको ज़्यादा समझोगे, सब गलत चीज़ें होती है ना। तो वी डिड इट टू आवरसेल्फ, दिस इज़ व्हाट इज़ हैपनिंग नाउ। हमको फिल्मों से भी चाहिए, हमको पोस्ट से भी चाहिए, हमको इससे भी चाहिए, हमको अपीयरेंसेस, हम सबकी गलती है, यू नो। लेकिन शेल्फ लाइफ भी छोटा है तो लोग वो भी सोचते हैं।
बट इतना ओवर एक्सपोजर करना, आई मीन दूसरे के गानों पे नाच रहे हैं।
एग्जैक्टली, और वो भी टॉप एक्ट्रेसेस। आई एम शॉक्ड, आई एम शॉक्ड बिकॉज इवन टुडे वी लुक एट देम लाइक वाओ यार, दे आर सो प्रिटी एंड हाउ ये सब कर रहे हैं, which I think is not necessary, you know. Less is more, and trust me.
So where are we going, Sunil? I mean, the movies are not running. You said we are in trouble.
Movies are not running because we are not giving good content. Come a Bhola, come a John Wick, and you will see people in the theaters. We need to do something that is big. Pathaan got in the numbers, no? Ranveer's and Shraddha's last film got in the numbers. No? They got in the audience. So I think we need to entertain, we need to celebrate. Yesterday I went to see John Wick. And what I liked about it is that set up the whole empire of John Wick. बंदूकें थी, ये था, एक दीवार थी, तो लोग जाके खड़े हो रहे थे, फोटो ले रहे थे। उसको मार्केटिंग बोलते हैं, उसको बोलते हैं, यू नो, सेलिब्रेटिंग जॉन विक। पिक्चर खराब हो, पिक्चर अच्छा हो, सुपर हिट सुपर हो, लेकिन बिजनेस सुपर डुपर हिट होगा ही होगा, क्योंकि वो दुनिया वो क्रिएट कर चुके हैं, और आप उस दुनिया में जब एंटर करोगे, यू विल thoroughly enjoy everything and come out.
But wasn't John Wick also something you effortlessly did in Hunter?
I don't know.
You know, something when you knocked off everybody, and climax. Those scenes remind you of the past again.
Yeah, that is because of the character, like I said, because probably of the hair and the action. I mean, action's in my DNA. So I would still, I think till I die, I would be able to do decent action. Yeah, I think that's why it reminds you of a few things because of the characterization.
But Sunil, so much of passion, it will be very interesting to know what attracted you to the industry, because you come from a well-to-do family.
Yeah.
And getting so much into the movie business, what was that was, calling, what was the calling card?
I think one was an opportunity, and my father said one life to live. Even I came to Mumbai without any dreams. This is that dreamland. This is the land of opportunities. Karma bhumi hai apni, lekin it'll offer you, and Mumbai does offer you. Gave me a chance, I did it. Then I think I got stuck somewhere by wanting to prove, because the then top critic wrote me off as wooden and trash, and everything was said against me. So I said, no, I have to prove myself. When I analyzed, stepped back, which I always do, stepped back, I realized, हाँ यार, acting तो कभी की नहीं थी, तो acting कहाँ से आएगी? हिंदी तो कभी सीखा नहीं था, other than school, कभी बात नहीं की, घर में तुलु और बाद में English. तो how do I think in Hindi? Started working on death-defying stunts. When I did death-defying stunts, I got an image, action hero है, पागल है, इधर से कूदता है, उधर से कूदता है. That taught me the craft. And then when you get love and adulation from people, प्यार जो मिलता है ना, लोग जब पागल हो जाते हैं ना, willing to do anything for you, then somebody appreciating you, somebody saying thank you, somebody saying I like you, somebody saying I love you, nothing bigger than that.
Let's talk about your friends. You did movies with them, 2 hero films, 3 hero films, as you mentioned. Let's talk about Jackie. He was there at the screening. Tell us something about him. Tell us something about these people whom I'm going to ask you now.
My hero. Since the age of 12, 13, 14, been seeing him at Nepean Sea Road, idolizing him, trying to do and ape everything that he's ever done. Looked like God himself. He is and was such a handsome man, stylish. Swag is Jackie Shroff, according to me. And then came an age when we grew up and then became friends, the best of friends. And then yesterday, today, and even now, this very moment, a lot of love and respect for each other. He will always be my hero, and yeah, so much to learn from him, so much to learn as a human being. You also watch and say, "Arey yaar, Dharamji ko dekho yaar, kitna achhe insaan hai. What a image he has. See Jackie Dada yaar, such a lovely person." You want to also become a good person other than a good actor or a good looker or a good dresser. One thing of me has always been appreciating good human beings. Like I did my father. I worshipped him. Everything that he did, I said, "Arey karo yaar, karte raho logon ke liye bhi." Let everybody. He was never insecure. बाजू में restaurant खुला, उनके सर के ऊपर restaurant खुला, इससे market बनेगी और लोग आएंगे और चीजें. Otherwise we won't be able to call the crowd in. कभी वहाँ खाएंगे, कभी यहाँ खाएंगे. I think that all has stayed with me. And they say ना, बच्चे माँ बाप को देख कर सीखते हैं और सुन कर नहीं.
Anil Kapoor?
Never say die attitude, forever young. The energy, the passion that he has today. Give a child, a young man a run for his money. So I think that passion and family, how he's held his family together, whether it's Sonam, whether it's Sunita, whether it's everybody, purely gives them all the credit for everything, but holds that family like glue together.
Govinda?
One of the finest performers in the industry, and with the industry probably will ever see and might have seen. Gives you a complex when he stands with you and he's performing in front of you, because you're like, Acha, I'm also acting. That's how awesome and that's how natural he is. Even in dancing, even today, आप देखो ऐसे भी करते तो हिला देते. But upset with him because he needs to do more films. He's too fine an actor. He needs to get back to work. You are missing Chichi Bhaiya in a massive way. He's the god when it comes to acting, and a very humble and lovely human being. Even when you meet him, upset that he's not doing work every single day, and that's what he needs to do. He was born to act. He was born to impress. He was born to be idolized as an actor.
Sunny Deol?
Calm, Tharav, I love that guy. Very, very close to Sanipa also. You know, I've had great relationships with them. People have only seen the tough side of Sanipa. He's one of the softest people. Loves to fool around, loves humor, loves good food, loves... he's nature's man. You know, now also you'll see him, he might be in Manali, Pahadon pe, baitha hua hai, non-controversial. You know, star, that is stardom. That is stardom. You want to know where Sunny is, what is he doing, how is he doing, what is he, how is he living his life. So, yeah, super.
Sanju?
Sanju is a dude throughout and will always be. Wears his heart on his sleeve. A fantastic friend, but very naughty, can trouble the hell out of you. He troubles the hell out of me. And if you're shooting with him at nights, either you be Batman or you run away. You know, and I used to choose to run away from the hotels. Masti 24 घंटे. And that also 6 साल का बच्चा जो करता वैसी मस्ती. ये भी नहीं कि adult की मस्ती है. Because he's a child. And you've seen that through his entire career that, you know, he's always needed to be mothered. He's needed to be loved. Constantly in search of love, but love himself.
Ajay?
A true well-wisher. Very comfortable in his own skin. Live, let live. You know, like my father used to be. A strong individual, wishes well for everybody. Apni dunya mein held himself beautifully. A brilliant actor. I say brilliant actor because his eyes and his voice speaks. His choice of films. Technically superb an actor. Knows his craft like probably all of us put together don't know. You know, his films that he's been directing of late, breathtaking, you know, technically also. And I always see him and Akshay as inspirations for me to keep going. You know, no, I won't write myself off. Look at these two friends of mine, yeah, they're killing it. And I should also try. And they're always very encouraging also. Akshay and me also. Akshay is calling me. A lot of times he sees something nice, he calls me. When he saw Ahan's picture, immediately called me first time. He says, "Ana star hai wo. उसमें कोई बात है, किसी को कुछ करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है." एंड उसके अक्षय के फ़ोन आते भी है तो 6:30-7 बजे, तो सुबह अगर कोई है तो then that's Akshay. And he inspires you with his training, with his fitness, with his discipline, with his timing, and jealous of his admin skills, yeah, and money making skills, you know, brilliant.
My next on the list was Akshay, but you already completed the answer. So, coming to Hera Fairy, which you're doing with him, how did he come back to the film? There was so much
he
that
was never out.
He's not doing it.
It was just the math that had to sit and certain things that he was probably not clear about, which Feroz Bhai and he have done it. You know, finally, Akshay has been always the one who has been telling me also, karni chahiye, karni chahiye, karni chahiye. But everything takes its time, I'm glad. But you know, the first shot, and he says, pass it on. He did something and he said, pass it on. And he said, huh? I said, oh yeah. No, he did something. I said, kya hua? He said, pass it on. I said, हाँ. And I passed it on to Paresh ji, and Paresh ji said, अरे 16 साल तो ऐसे निकल गए पता ही नहीं चला. You know, so that magic is that Hera Fairy has that magic.
We are really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So let me conclude with the last segment, that how happy you are now that your daughter is settled, and have you been following all the matches? Does it make you very possessive about every innings that Rahul plays?
Absolutely, it makes me.
You are a cricket buff since a long time.
I'm anxious because that's my child playing, you know, and I'd wish well for him. But through his eyes and seeing him, I've started empathizing, sympathizing, appreciating every cricketer that there is here. You know, because when your child goes through a low, it shakes you more than probably it will shake the child, because he is a master of that form. But you don't know, you are seeing it as a father, you know, and but then when he rises like the phoenix, you feel, this is something to be inspired from, you know, and this is what team and tough boys are, and that's why they're playing for the country. Proud father, I'd say. Blessed is Athiya, I'd say. Blessed is Ahan. because he gets to learn, you know, about, he's in a tough industry too. So he gets to learn from him. Calm, composed, very respectful. I don't think I could have asked for a better son.
You got to know rather late that Athiya wants to marry KL.
I was aware that they were seeing each other, but I was also happy he comes from my hometown. Yeah, 3 kilometer duri pe hai, Mangalorean boy, speaks my language. What more could I ask for? It's a match, like they say, match made in heaven, and probably manifested by Suniel Shetty.
But you don't have to worry. He's a fantastic cricketer. I mean, if you're concerned about the social media and all.
No. I'm never concerned about social media. मैं तो रहता भी नहीं हूँ ज़्यादा, so I don't really care about all that. It's just,
he's so good.
But just when your child goes through a higher low, no, you can tell your child better than anybody else. You know. So that's why. Just as a concerning father, and that you're a father, I'm a father, we will always, that concern for us will always be there. Ki after a certain age, they are our life. Till the time you don't get a grandchild, then probably that grandchild will be your life. But till then, it's always मूल से सूद प्यारा बोलता है. जब तक मूल है तो मूल ही मूल है यार.
My observation about him, just in one of the recent matches, he's a very honest boy. There was a catch which they went up in appeal for, but when they asked him, he said, I don't know. It was not out. If you remember this.
No, I didn't. I haven't had a chance because I've been promoting.
He said, I don't know. And for a minute, I thought that how the wicketkeeper doesn't know. But if you think in retrospect, you know, he's not trying to get a decision in his favor.
In his favor. Yeah. True.
So that honesty.
No, and he's very honest as a cricketer also. And I feel a solid backbone when it comes to the team.
Absolutely.
Theraos, हर चीज़ में, you know, technically very, very good. And you know what? मेरी ज़िंदगी में अगर कुछ करना चाहता तो क्रिकेट ही खेलना चाहता था. I know my cricket like the back of my palm. मेरे को एक बच्चा दे दो और उसकी एक इनिंग्स दे दो मेरे को गली क्रिकेट में भी, और मैं बोलूँगा उसमें कितनी बात है. So you know, I know my cricket and know what the kids are made of.
So he's living your dream.
He's living my dream. Very true. That's why I said, you know, I think I manifested it, and someone up there said, you know what, let me give this boy and blessing for Athiya. It's such a calming factor on Athiya. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. God bless them.
Thank you, Sunil. Thank you. And I must tell you that you also need to do a lot more work. You spoke about Govinda, but I want to see you doing a lot more. Trust me.
Vix, fortunately what has happened is I'm doing some amazing work, but for me it's not just movies now. It's not just web now. It's reality, it's health related stuff, it's sport related stuff. I want to be at a place where I can do a lot more now in this innings. Not only for myself, but can I take the world around me with me? The world that wants to be a part of this, where all can I contribute to is what I'm seeing. So I want to be in the sports part of it. You know, I want to be with startups because I'm picking up my energy for life is because of these kids. You know, because you're learning so much more. Like I did my show. Out of all the 3 shows, if you tell me which is closest to your heart, I'll say a warrior hunt. क्योंकि वो लद्दाख से वो लड़का, वो नागालैंड से वो बच्चा, from a small house that can't even afford food, today is running the family. So if I can continue doing sports-related stuff and give opportunities for children through FTC, through my own company, through anything, it would be a high. So Warrior Hunt will always be my
best show.
My best show.
So which is that one film which is your best? I mean,
Border.
भैरव
सिंह मरने के बाद भी 26 जनवरी और अगस्त 15 को देखना ही पड़ेगा. See, even they are saying हाँ. So which is true.
No, I don't know what happened when I saw that film. I don't know whether that most electrifying scene you had.
That death scene.
That death scene was. It has never been shot in such a thrilling manner.
I've never seen reactions like that.
So much of sacrifice.
In Metro, the theater had पता नहीं क्या हो गया था. मेरे को खुद को नहीं समझ रहा था कि यार हम लोग ने ऐसा काम किया है क्या. Reactions. See, and that's what we've taken out from cinema.
Yeah.
वो माँ, वो बहन,
3-4 लोग थे वहाँ.
ये बच्चे लोग बैठेंगे स्क्रिप्ट पे. Oh, so cliche. अरे माँ और बहन अगर क्लीशे हो गए मैं वो एजेंसीज की बात कर रहा हूँ, तो फिर रहा क्या?
हाँ.
माँ बाप बहन भाभी,
Yeah.
हमारे फेस्टिवल्स, हमारी रिलीजियंस,
Yeah.
यही तो है.
This is not cool for them.
Yeah, this is not cool for them, you know. So, to each one his own, but I hope, you know, sense prevails.
I thank you once again.
Thank you.
Your fitness and your personality is something to be idolized. It is done by most of us, including me. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you.